Hello, welcome to Integrity Live. I'm Bekka Whitney, your host for today, and I am joined by the lovely Prolific. Hello, Mel.
Hey.
Hey, how are
I'm
you?
really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you.
Good.
So Prolific is an independent artist, songwriter, actress, lady of many, many talents. Somebody that I've followed for a few years, and I thought I would love to share her with you guys on the show. So, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm really happy to be
What have you
here.
been up to?
Inviting me on. I've been recording an EP. What else have I been doing? Lots of radio interviews, promoting my new single, Played Yourself. What else? Getting a live band together.
Oh, tell us about that. Getting a live band together.
Yeah, just literally trying to get a live band together. I decided that, it's something I've always wanted to do. I love the whole atmosphere of having live music, all the different instruments and stuff. And a lot of the instrumentals that I go for, they're heavily they've got a lot of real instruments in it. So yeah, I decided let's get a band together. So I'm working on that. Obviously with COVID it's been a bit difficult, but hopefully we'll be able to get together and rehearse soon in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, that's it. I had a few shows before they brought the lockdown back again and everything, and yeah, that's it.
So let us get to know a little bit about Prolific. Tell us where did your musical journey start?
Okay, my musical journey started at, I don't know, maybe like 4 years old, something like that. I used to sing along to Michael Jackson. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan, like many people I suppose were. I used to literally watch his video. We had VCRs then. So I used to watch his video and sing along to it all the time. And then my mum's a singer, so I used to go to work with her, and I'd get up and sing a song, Greatest Love of All, at her live gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where it started, through my mum, really.
So mummy's a singer, music's in the family.
Yeah, definitely. And my dad was a DJ. He was like a soul DJ, so he was always playing lots of music and stuff. And then I started going to youth centre, Forest Gate Youth Centre, and there was a guy called Kat there. He used to do like singing and dancing clubs. So then I
think I remember him. He used to come over and do one over in Chinkford as well, over in Waltham Forest.
Wow, yeah. So I was about 12 them times.
Yeah.
But so I started off dancing and singing with him. Done different performances and stuff, Stratford, Theatre Royal, Hackney Empire, things like that. And then I used to write songs. Well, I used to write down my feelings and stuff, and then realise actually these are songs. So I've done a couple of little bits and pieces, nothing too serious. Just went to, like you've got a brethren and they've got a studio and they're like, yeah, come down when you're a teenager. So I'd go down. I remember I'd done like this house track with this guy called AB back in the day, and just didn't really think anything of it. And then, was more into the dance side of things, although I used to sing a lot at home. So I became a dancer. I used to do a lot of street dance, done a few music videos. And then I stopped doing music for years and years and years. And then about 4 years ago, I decided, you know what, something's missing. I need to go back and do my music again. I needed an outlet. And then, started again. Really,
I think that's when we met about 4 years ago. I think he's just coming out and started going on the circuit again, and I was just starting to kind of really promo stuff as well. That's I think where we first met.
Yeah.
And how did you find that then, after having such a long break? How did you find that stepping back into the game?
It was different. Because I remember back in the day, it used to be a thing where you'd watch people and people would say, oh, yeah, they just went into like the record companies and they'd, bug people and they'd drop off their tapes, their tape, or their CD.
We're showing our age now, girl.
It was online, do you know what I mean? I was like, what is this online thing? I didn't really know how to get into it. But I just started writing in my kitchen. Spoke to a friend of mine in America and was like, listen, how can I get my music from the kitchen to the stage? And he was like, well, if you're serious, let me hear some stuff and then I'll direct you to the right person. So I did, and he liked my stuff. So he introduced me to a guy called Keynote. Big shout out to Keynote, shout out to Fam Squad in America. And so I started working with them. Then they invited me over to South by Southwest Festival, which I had no idea how big it was. I was just like, all right, come then, let's go. And And then I've got an album together in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
With a friend of mine called Soundboy. Gerard, he's a dope producer as well, and singer and writer and, you know, entrepreneur. And so I started working with him, got this together. There was me and another girl at the time doing it. That didn't really work out. So then I had to get another girl in. And then, you know, anyway, so we went out to South by Southwest and we performed. We had a great time. It was absolutely amazing. Came back from there, performed at Black Pride. That was amazing too. That was really my first 2 performances back in the music scene. And yeah, I thought, well, from I can do that, I can do anything. And it's just been amazing ever since, really. Yeah.
So you're telling us that you've been working on a new EP, you've been writing. So you've been doing a bit of that during lockdown.
Yep.
Tell us, what's your process? How do you write new stuff? What do you do? What's your process?
Well, usually it's a case of something's bothering me. Something will prick in my mind, like, no, actually, liberties, or actually, no, that was really out of order. Not, you know, like something will usually prick in my brain, something that's actually gone on in my life, and I'll think, no, like I need to write about it, and then I'll just start writing. Or I might have maybe like a hook will just come to me, and then I'll continue writing from that. Or sometimes I'll find an instrumental. If someone hasn't sent me a beat, sometimes, you know, I just like to vibe, and I'll put on YouTube and just let the instrumentals run. And then I started practicing freestyling because I wasn't a freestyler, I was just a writer. But ever since I've done that, I'll just press play, let it run, and then I'll voice note it, and then I'll listen back and see if I think there's anything worth keeping and working on, and then I'll go from there. So my phone is full of voice notes that are just a bit off key, some of them. I like the process of it, seeing how it started to, you know, how it ends up. It's amazing. So yeah, that's what I do. It depends on how it comes to me. You know, I could be driving down the road and something comes in my head and I'm like, oh, actually, and I have to
quick voice note.
write that voice note or write it down, or wake up at 3 a.m, or I'm about to go to bed and I can't sleep and I'm like, all right, let me just voice note this, or just start writing. Sometimes I can write a whole tune in like 20 minutes because it's just my thoughts and how I'm feeling, and it just comes out. Other times it takes a bit longer. Yeah, depends.
Do you find that sometimes like some of your best songs just come from a place of instant inspiration? Like they just come. It's not hard work, even if it's
because it's literally like what I'm feeling at that moment in time. Do you know what I mean? So to be quite honest, sometimes it's like last night I was in bed and I had like a whole tune run through my head and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to remember it. And I know when that happens, I have to just leave it, because if I try to go back, I'm not going to remember it at all. I might get a couple of lines, but yeah, I literally need to just be writing, and sometimes it just flows out like a story, or like I'm speaking to the person. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's it's like a double-edged sword. Sometimes, you know, you've got to go through things to be able to create good music, you know?
Yeah. So do you find then that when you're in a more positive headspace, a more happier headspace, it's harder to create? Yeah.
It's so messed up. It is so messed
up. Art and
And
pain.
I'm like, what do I write about? Because I write about my feelings. So, you know, sometimes it depends. There's different aspects of life that I can write about. Do you know what I mean? My life has been quite up and down. So I have different things to write about. But the ones that seem to make the best songs are, you know, heartache and things like that. And I guess it's because it's my therapy and my way to get it off my chest that, I don't know, it just comes out better. Yeah.
So if you were kind of looking back at a younger you on your musical journey, from what you've experienced and where you're at now, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say just do it. I'd say don't worry about people judging you. Don't worry about if you think you're rubbish, or if you think, you know, you can't do this. Don't let all those little monkeys, they say, don't they, on the brain get to you. Just do what you want to do and just create whatever the hell you feel like creating. If you feel like creating rock, if you feel like creating pop, if you feel like creating house, if you feel like doing old school R&B, 90s, 50s, whatever the hell you want to do, just do it. Because I went through many years thinking that I was absolutely rubbish. I can't write. I'm not the greatest singer, comparing myself to all these other people. And really, none of that matters. Do you know what I mean? I look back now and I think, wow, even though I believe that this is, you know, when I started, it was the right time, I do sometimes think, well, if I hadn't had that fear and self-doubt, then I would have, you know, maybe been a bit further along in my journey. But then everything happens at its right timing. So
all thing in its own time, right? You wouldn't be the seasoned artist that you are now with the life experiences that you have to give you the stories to write.
Yeah, yeah.
So how have you been coping with lockdown, with the world going into madness? What in the world? Like, how have you been coping?
Oh my God. Do you know what? I've been all right, to be honest with you. The first part of it, I was really quite happy because it gave me more time to spend with my family. Right. It gave me time to do things that I didn't have, because I was always, you know, obviously you know, we're on the same scene. So I was always running around, you know, either at studio, doing performances, just here, there, everywhere, doing something. And I didn't stop. So I suppose it gave me time to stop and just be. Do you know what I mean? I got to grow some vegetables in the garden, which I've been meaning to do for years, you know, different things. So yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed the time. It's only near the end of it I started to feel like, oh my God, like, because I love performing on stage. Studio is cool, but my thing is performing. I like to interact with my audience, and I like networking with people, meeting new artists and stuff. So that became quite difficult. But then when we had that little bit of a break where, you know, they let us back out, that was
let's play nice. We'll play nice. Let's play nice.
So that was really good. I enjoyed that for a minute. I got to do a couple of performances. All that was a bit strange, you know, the new concept of it and everything, the way that things were with the masks and all that was a bit weird. But I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to them letting us back out again, hopefully next week, so that we can get to perform more.
This week! Yay!
Is it this week? Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm like getting out of detention. Thanks.
But,
thanks for letting us out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them opening everything back up, because I know that they're going to make the entertainment industry the last places to open back up all the performance venues and stuff, which is really sad.
I'm actually back to work this week, which is a great thing. So I'm actually back to performing on Wednesday. So they are opening up.
Oh, brilliant!
How long that will be, we shall see.
Wait,
yes.
After dark.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So you're gonna have to come and have a little sing with the band.
Yeah, that's dope. Okay.
So tell us. So music is not all you've dipped your finger into. You've done a little bit of acting as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Do you know what? To be quite honest with you, it's more like extra work, because I grew up around that as well. My mum, she used to do lots of extra work, and then so I kind of just fell into it. So I've done like different adverts. I've done like Boots TV adverts. I've done.
I see something. You was a ghoul. I see something. You.
It was. I've done a few Bollywood films. Yeah, like a couple of years ago, I was doing a lot of probably about 4 or 5 Bollywood films, and so I was supposed to be an extra, which I am, but for some reason they always end up saying, "No, come to the front," and they'll drag me to the front, and so I'm like right in these scenes. Yeah, so I done. I think there's one called Time to Dance. Another one. What is it called? Ghost. That's the one you saw where they turned me into like this ghost. That was really quite spooky looking back at it. There were some amazing actors in there as well, actually, and directors. I got to meet some really renowned directors from Bollywood. And then there's another one called, I think it's called Cranes in the Sky, which was a Chinese movie. That was quite interesting. So various different bits and pieces, really.
Would you like to go further with acting? Is that something that you'd like to explore more?
I would, yeah.
So you're listening out, any casting directors and things out there watching today? Yes, you know.
I'm here. Definitely. I mean, I love everything, all things creative. So any opportunity that I get, you know, that's positive, I would definitely go for. Yeah, definitely, be great.
Cool. So with the EP, then when can we expect to be hearing some new stuff? What's the plan?
Right, so the plan was for me to do a launch in December. So if they open everything back up, then that'd be great, because I've got a venue secured. We had a venue secured, so obviously we have to see if that can still go through. And then, it would be at the end of December. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
So we're going to have some visuals? Have we got some music videos and things coming with that?
Right. So I shot a visual for the song that I'm going to be singing for you today, Played Yourself. However, because I'm trying to record it I want to do like a live EP, so an EP with a live band. So the guys are, working on that at the moment in the background. So once that's done, then I'll be able to release the visual. But yeah, I should be releasing like 2 to 3 visuals off of the EP. Yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. Yeah.
So is it hard to get the balance of getting the right team, the right people around you? How have you managed to build your team?
Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't, because there's a lot of people, but it's about, making sure that everyone gels together. Do you know what I mean? I've been quite lucky actually, because the people that I've met, they all seem to get on really well, and they gel well together. They're all excellent musicians. The management that I'm working with at the moment, shout out to Mark. He's a really amazing guy. And I think that's really important, that you get on well with your management. Yeah.
You're not going to get much work if you don't, to be honest. If you haven't got great relationships, it's not going to go very far, is it?
Yeah. Videographers that I've used, they're really great. Yeah, everyone's really cool. And production, engineers, everyone's really great. So I've been using a guy called Quest. Don't know if you've seen Quest, but he's actually an amazing artist as well. He's done a few of like BVs and stuff as well for me. Yeah, he's just dope. He's got a really good ear for like harmonies and BVs and stuff like that. So he's really easy to work with, and he brings out the best in me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's been good.
Amazing. So tell people a little bit about where they can find out more about you. Where can they find your music? Where can they find more about Prolific?
Yeah, so you can find me on all social media on Prolific Official. I'm starting up a YouTube channel as well. My little greedy self, I love food. I'm a big foodie, so I'm doing like all those like mukbangs and food challenges and stuff like that with the family. So you get to meet like my friends and family and stuff in it. Saying that, you need to come and do one of the challenges. Just talk, girl, talk. Yeah. So yeah, you can find me on that. Prolific Official on all social media. What else? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then
so what's the date for the first single release? So you're not dropping the EP as a whole. You're doing it a single at a time. Yes. So when's the first single? It's going to be December.
I'm going to do like 2 singles and then drop the EP. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't have a date, and the only reason that I don't have a date is because where we've been held back because of the COVID, with the guys going and recording, the instrumentals and stuff, and it's just held things up a bit. So hopefully in the
early new year, hopefully we'll be seeing some new music.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely coming out this year. I just can't give a date. I had a date, but that's now been pushed back. So, and I want to make sure, I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure that I get it right. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Don't want to be in competition for the Christmas #1 anyway.
No, yeah, that's it. I was thinking about doing a Christmas song, but maybe next year.
Let's do a duet. A Christmas song duet.
Yeah. Some Christmas decorations by the tree and stuff, our little hats and our curly hair and red lips.
I like it. The visual. I'm feeling it. All right, so I'm gonna ask you some quick fire questions now. I do this to most of my guests and put you completely under pressure and under spotlight. I'm only going to take the first answer that you give. Okay, so no do-overs, no pressure. No, I'm not too harsh. We just want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Fire away.
All right. What's your favourite colour?
Pink.
How many GCSEs did you get?
I think like 9.
That's my pants. What's your favourite dinner?
Macaroni cheese.
Oh, I'm a bit of a pasta freak. Have you ever lost a shoe?
Yeah, loads of them. I couldn't tell you where they are. It drives me nuts.
So you just got like loads of one shoes in the cupboard?
I actually have. It's so annoying. Oh my God. I think there's like a one shoe guy that comes and steals my one shoe, just like
A foot fetish.
Socks in the washing machine. And you can only find one, yeah.
Is it the same foot? Or is it different foot? Like, is it random?
I don't even know. I haven't looked. I'm going to look actually.
Can you dance? I think we already know the answer to this
Yeah.
question. Yeah, you can. Are you single?
Yeah.
Asking for a friend. Is your track full based on a true story?
Track 4.
Is your track full based on a true story?
No, actually.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh. I was going to wait for the tea. I was waiting for the tea.
That's one of the only ones that's not actually. That's like snippets of other people's situations. And but you know the funny thing about that song, very quickly, is that when I was recording it, it was just a song that I put together and made up a story. But then actually it happened to me.
You manifested it.
I was
Music is powerful.
like,
Music is powerful.
No, I think it was like psychically, you know, like
you manifested that shit. You made it happen.
Crazy.
Are you a top, middle, or bottom?
What?
Are you a top, middle, or bottom?
What does that mean?
Don't know. Don't know.
A bit of all of it, I think.
What's your favourite chocolate bar?
12.
Disappointing. Disappointing.
Yeah, I like them. They've got an orange one now. If that flavours it up a bit.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind a bit of orange chocolate. I am a little bit partial. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so my last question is, what are you going to perform for us today?
I'm going to perform Played Yourself.
Lovely, which is going to be the first single of the EP.
Yes.
So watch this space, guys. All right, so thank you very much for joining us today. I've had lots of fun. I hope you have too.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to share with our viewers before we go? Anything that we haven't got off? You want to give your socials again?
I would like to give my socials again. It's Prolific Official, PROLIFIC Official. Also, go and follow and check out Fruits of Eden. My daughter started up a campaign. She started up her own little business. She's 11 years old and she's selling tropical fruit boxes because she wants to encourage more children to eat fruits. And
that's
also,
amazing. Yeah,
we're going to be using some of the money to put towards some. There's this lady in the Midlands and she does these stop bleeding packs. So you know the ambulances, this is a bit serious for a second, but the ambulances, yeah, the ambulances, they kind of take a bit of time to get to the people when like, you know, there's all the stabbings that go on and stuff. So these kits, basically, they stop the bleed. They stop the bleed up until when the ambulance comes. So it's got, you know, they've got more of a chance of survival. So we're going to be actually taking some of the money off of each box that gets sold to put down to see if we can actually purchase some of these packs. I mean, they're like £96 each. But, you know, if we just keep putting in, then, yeah, my daughter's going to then take a percentage of that and buy some kits, and then we want to go into schools and community centres, youth centres and stuff where there's, you know, a lot of gang affiliation and stuff, and help to basically get them out into the community. Yes. So.
What an incredible young lady, and what an incredible mum. Oh my goodness, she's obviously testament to you. That is just like, I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about that after and see how we can help you promote that. Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, my darling. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. I feel a little bit inspired after that. I'm going to go and like heckle the kids now. Like, what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for the world? Like, you put me to shame. Just step up.
My daughter, she's a little tree hugger. She loves animals. She loves trees. She loves people. She's like, yeah, a real beautiful spirit. So yeah, I'm blessed. Thank you, God. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, my darling. So on that note, I'm going to hand it completely over to you. Take it away.
Thank you. Tell me if you can hear it, okay? This just played yourself, guys. I feel so stupid for hanging on to your every word. Always kept it chill with you. Did you not think about how I'd feel? Or did you not care just how much I'd hurt? Did you not care just how much I'd hurt? I pour my Bacardi while listening to Heartache and Rain, wondering how you sleep at night, knowing that you cause me pain. How'd you say you love me? 24, she told you the same. Knowing that you love me, but you're telling her the same thing. I'm not bitter, just waiting for you to live out your name. No, I'm not bitter, waiting for you to live out your name. You played yourself, you played yourself, you took me for a fool. You played yourself, you played yourself, I was so good to you. You played yourself, you played yourself, took me for a fool. You played yourself, you played yourself, I was so good to you. Yeah, I was so good to you. Why'd you play yourself for a fool? This lump in my throat keeps making me choke. Tears from my eyes got me drowning. Tears from my eyes got me drowning. I wish it was my friend. I just smoke the pain away. Days like this, I wish I didn't have to reminisce on the past, only if I knew then what I know now. Days like this, I wish I didn't have to reminisce on the past, only if I knew then what I know now. Yeah, I know then what I know now. Hey, yeah. Oh no, you played yourself, took me for a fool. You played yourself, I was so good to you. You played yourself, took me for a fool. You played yourself, I was so good to you. Yeah, I was so good to you. Oh, no, 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 no.
I was just sitting there like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So we look forward to hearing more of that. So we'll be looking to add you on Spotify. So you're on Spotify, aren't you guys? So she's got full and
yes, this one isn't actually released yet. It's crazy, but it's going to be released this month. I've just been doing like a long promo for it.
I feel like we just got like a special preview. I feel quite gassed right now. All right, my darling, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We really enjoyed it. It's been my absolute pleasure. It's been my absolute pleasure. And we're going to talk. We got work to do, girl.
Definitely.
All right, my darling.
All right. Love.
See you next Monday, guys.
See you.